It is likely that we never see BTC under $6,000 again. All other occasions saw an average gain to cycle peak of 5,000%, guys. Hey guys, we're going to be doing a Bitcoin technical analysis video today, looking at some very interesting stuff and reading this article as well with you guys and seeing if the high targets that everyone is talking about is going to be possible or not, or if it's just basically FUD surrounding the market right now, because there is a lot of people that are bullish. This has happened in the past basically 24 hours, so we're going to be talking about it, analyzing it on the charts and seeing what we can make of it. So we're going to come back to this in later on in the video, but we're going to be looking at this firstly. So let's analyze the charts. We're going to go from the daily time frame first. If you have missed the basically long analysis that we had, we did a live stream yesterday and analyzed basically everything with Bitcoin right now, and not much has changed. As you know, it's the weekend, so very low volume right now. So if you want a very long analysis, go ahead and watch that, but I'm going to give you guys all the main things right now and basically talk about what we can see on the charts before we talk about the very bullish thing that has actually popped up. So having a look at this, we are obviously in a bearish descending triangle, and we are just going to continue in this triangle until we break out. Now these do obviously break out to the downside, and usually break out to the downside, but it could break up as well. There is no 100% with any of these patterns, so it could break to the upside as well. As you can see, we've been hovering to the upside here for a very long time, so there is a chance that we come down and fill out this range before actually moving up. Obviously we can break up as well. We talk about that in yesterday's stream, but looking at the 1 day time frame, we actually did get this bullish cross on the MACD. We are building momentum to the upside, or at least staying flatlined right now. One thing that is worrying is we have basically no volume here, very low volume, and we're going to be watching that very closely because we will get a breakout of this eventually. You don't like to see this at all. It's not a very good sign to see us moving up like we are right now on low volume. This basically always means that it will come back usually. But what you can see here is the 1 day on the 1 day chart, we are actually getting a bullish cross of the 21 and the 10 moving average. So the 21 EMA, which is the orange, and also the 10 moving average, which is a simple moving average. Now this is relatively bullish, and we have looked at this on the weekly time frame. So quickly going on to the weekly time frame so I can show you guys. The weekly time frame works very well with these two moving averages basically. Looking at over here, I'm going to get rid of everything else so you guys don't get confused, and then we're going to go on to the very exciting fact that I wanted to show you guys today. So this is also very good to me, at least. So looking at this, we basically had this bearish cross, and this is where we started this downtrend for a very long time. Then we had a little bullish cross here, and this is where we started our uptrend for basically from 3K, when we found our bottom at 3K. Now we actually got a bearish cross here, and we from about 8,900, and we have gone down since then. Now these are the same moving averages except on the daily. So looking at it on the daily as well, we're going to get rid of everything here. We're going to get rid of that descending triangle as well. Keep that in mind. So it actually does work on the daily as well. If you see here, we actually got a bearish cross here, bullish cross here, so it does work on the daily as well. This is a 10 simple moving average and the 21 EMA. So going back on here guys, what you actually see, I'm going to quickly change this up. Perfect, there we are. So having a look at this right now, what we can see is we had some bullish divergence and we bounced off very strong support. But what I wanted to concentrate on today is this indicator called the hash ribbons. We have talked about this on the channel before, and I just want to remind you guys, because we talked about this printing a sell signal and basically going into the red, and as you can see here, we went into the red and miners were selling a lot of Bitcoin, so capitulation basically, as it says right here, if you guys can see that. Now we have actually printed a buy signal. We talked about this a few weeks ago, even when we went to 6K, we talked about this diverging. As you can see, it did diverge a little bit, but it came back and got a little bit thicker, the red, but now we have actually printed a buy signal, which is a very, very bullish sign, a relatively bullish sign. So this might mean that we're turning around a little bit. Now we're going to look at some examples of this and possibly see if this does work or not. The miners, this is a very relevant indicator. It's happened about 10 times that it's printed a buy signal, I believe. And if you look at here, it doesn't mean that we'll move up straight away. So if we look at this last example, what actually happened here. So if we zoom up, we're going to reset the chart so we can actually zoom in and out easily. Oh, well, I'm going to have to change that later. But if we zoom up here, what can we see, guys? So we basically got our bottom here. We basically got our bottom here at $3,110. Then we came up and miners stopped selling a little bit, and then we got the buy signal here. Now, after we got the buy signal, it doesn't mean that we will move up straight away, but it basically means that the low has been set in and is basically in. So looking at this, we basically got the buy signal here. We did drop about, let's see. So let's say from here, we did drop about 10% or 15%. We're not going to do it from the top of that because obviously it didn't confirm there. So about 10%, guys, about 10% right there. And then if we go even more back, so we can see another example. If we go further back, and if we look at this example, we basically started going up straight away, but this was when we were at $500 and the bull run basically started. And this is where we set our knee high of $1,000, almost $200, and we continued the uptrend obviously and went to 20K eventually. So there is examples of it basically showing that we don't go up straight away, and we could range or even go down a little bit before going back up. But it usually does mean that the market is going to start looking better. There's not going to be as much sellers, and yeah, so it's very good. It usually does mean that the low is set in. Add that with this bullish cross that we may be confirming here soon. They haven't actually crossed, so we may be confirming this soon. And we also have gotten, we have regained the 21 simple moving average. So exponential moving average, sorry. So looking at the 2-day time frame, I'm going to want to see us close above the 21 exponential moving average that we've closed above on the daily for me to start being more confident in this chart. We talked about all the other analysis that we talked about in yesterday's stream, so go ahead and check that out, guys. We talk about some very good stuff, but this is a very bullish sign, and I'm very excited for what's to come, and we're going to take the market as it comes. But right now it's looking a little bit bearish, but I'm very excited for this indicator because as you can see, it has printed a buy signal, and every single time, like we looked at these examples, it has been absolutely spot on, guys. So we're going to keep that in mind. We're not going to be doing any risky trades here. And getting into this, guys, so we're going to have a quick look at this article. So it says opportunity, the most lucrative signal in Bitcoin history, just flipped buy. So basically what we talked about, the hash ribbons have printed a buy signal. As you can see here, it even shows it perfectly here. Buy signal here, and we basically, when we got this buy signal, went up, buy signal went up, buy signal went up a lot. Capitulations as well in the middle where we have our bear markets, and then we end up going up. So every single time we have gone up, guys. And looking at this, it also shows this tweet. So this tweet saying hash ribbons buy confirmed. This is just the 10th time that these conditions have been met for Bitcoin. It is likely that we never see BTC under $6,000 again. Now, okay, accidentally clicked on that, but it is likely that we never see BTC under $6,000 again. All other occasions saw an average gain to cycle peak of 5,000%, guys. Now, this is a period to buy Bitcoin and never sell. Now, I do want to quickly talk about this part of the tweet before we move on. I highly disagree with this part. As you guys know, if you have been in the market for a very long time, there's a lot of people that say stuff like this and it has no basis to it. You cannot ever say something like this and actually you know, if you're an actual analyst and if you're a proper analyst like this guy thinks he is, then you would never be saying something like this, because the fact is that these analysts have been saying we would never see $8,000 BTC again. When we were at 14,000 or 20,000, they were saying that we would never see $10,000 BTC again. When we got to 14,000, they were saying we would never see 11, 12,000. You get the point. And it's just very ridiculous that these people say stuff like this, because there's no basis and you can't actually confirm this. You never know what the market has in store for you. And Bitcoin, if you think about it, guys, you can't really use it for anything, and obviously it's very, very overpriced if you think about it from the larger perspective. Obviously, I'm a believer in Bitcoin, but it's just you can't say stuff like this. In a bear market, we already hit 6,000. We may even go lower next time, so you never know. And right now, as I said, the charts are looking bearish, but this is a very bullish thing about it. So 5,000% plus gain. This is actually true. If you look at the charts, if we look at here, buy point today, basically, if you look at it here, buy point, and when this signal. So when this signal did come out, you see how much we have gained every single time, and you see that the last one is 5,520%. So that is very, very insane, guys, and I am very excited for what's to come in 2020, and I'm getting ready to put positions into many coins like we've talked about on this channel, and it's just going to be a very, very good opportunity. And even if we don't get a proper bull run, it's going to be a great opportunity to buy Bitcoin, to buy these other coins, because if Bitcoin moves, all these other coins are going to move with it, and it's just going to be absolutely insane, guys. We're going to make a lot of money next year, so I'm very excited for that. Now, that's basically it. That's all we wanted to talk about, and he's put the quote from Warren Buffett here as well. So thank you guys for watching the video. If you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We have daily videos, and I upload about 2 or 3 videos a day. We also stream here as well, so like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys in the next one.
Alright.